Hello, everyone. It's Aaron Anderson from One to Great, repping our new One to Great hoodies that we got. In this presentation, I'm going to share the truth about why integration projects fail. I've been through at least 100 implementation and integration projects, and I have some truth that I am excited to share with you today. Let's get started. The first one is clarity and visualization. An integration involves connecting at least two or more systems together, and one of the big downfalls can be not doing enough research and discovery and design up front. If you jump too quickly into building, that can cause problems down the line. And so my recommendation is to really understand who your stakeholders are, what their challenges are, and what data is going to flow between the systems, getting a solid plan together, even putting phases together to make it happen. What is a design map? Well, the end goal, why it's there, is to help with error reduction. So if you can plan out the phases visually, if you can get all of your stakeholders to understand exactly what's happening, when the data is flowing from one system to another using a design map, as you build, you're going to actually find that you are going to reduce errors, you're going to focus on what's important in the integration, and it's going to help prevent some scope bleed as well. Taking a look at the stakeholder involvement, with the design map, you can get all of your stakeholders aligned. Everyone's talking the same language, making sure everyone understands the purpose, the scope, why this why this integration is happening in the first place. And so design maps help facilitate that conversation. What happens if you don't have buy-in from the key stakeholders? And by stakeholders, I don't just mean executives. I mean the people that this is going to impact the most as well. So the users, whether it's your external users, your customers, your freelancers, or a particular team or department like finance or sales, having them involved, they are your stakeholders. That's the team that this integration will be saving time for. But what happens if you don't have buy-in from them? Well, you're going to have a delayed project. When it gets to testing, you're going to have users that are unsure or not clear on what's going to happen or why things are changing. Definitely leads to soaring costs. When you have a project and there's delays that happen, it gets more and more expensive because it requires more hours to put into the integration. And compromised deliverables, which is the least fun one to talk about because we all want all data integrated between the systems. But if we use a design map and we're very clear on exactly what's being integrated up front and why, that helps prevent deliverables from being compromised down the line. Inadequate testing. This is a big one. Test, and test again. Why is testing important? Well, because it gets input from different people that are going to be involved in the project. And I think it's very important to get the right team to test. And oftentimes multiple teams to test. As an integration builder, I test based on what I know on how it's supposed to work. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be the one that's benefiting, or my role is not going to be impacted by this integration. It's these key stakeholders that will be. So get the right team in there, at least a few people who are going to be getting the most value or know the most about the process that is being automated. That's going to help avoid any unnoticed errors. Because that team knows the ins and outs of how things work, and that's the team that knows the data the best and is most familiar with these tools, and they are going to find things that you are not. And lastly, neglecting change management. This is a big one. I talk about this a lot. You can have the perfect software with the perfect solution, that with the most perfect integration, and it's incredibly beautiful. That does not mean that it is going to be a success. You need to make sure that the users that are going to be impacted have been communicated to and are involved in these conversations. You want to make sure that there are just really strong communication when the integration is live. During testing, you want to collect feedback after the integration is live. I often find that most of the integration work and the changes that happen occur after go live. The first few weeks when users are actually using it with real data and real information, that's when it really reveals what that is. So change management does not stop at go live, it continues after that. That's what I have for you today. Hopefully you found some value. Hopefully your future integration projects are a success based on some of this information that I shared today. Here at Wondergrate, our goal is to make all your apps work as one. If you're interested in collaborating with us, we'd love to work with you. We have different things that you can do to get started. We have a free design map, so we actually spend just 1 hour and we create a full design map that's 5 steps, and you get that to circulate amongst your team to understand not just your applications and your processes, but what opportunities there are to be more efficient with your applications using an integration. We also can provide a free quote. So if you are curious or you're unsure if an integration makes sense, or you want to know how much it might cost or a timeline, we are happy to offer a quote. And lastly, I'm always up to chat and nerd out about automation. So you can hit me up at any point. Thanks for your time today, and we'll talk to you soon.